Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at the just revealed and available for pre-order Transformers Studios series Bumblebee the movie Voyager class Shockwave. And if you're, it's another one of those situations that on the day that this figure, Sunstreaker and Sideswipe and Swoop all went up for pre-order with the expected delivery date between May and July, Command Store actually had this figure and Sideswipe up ready to ship. So if you're looking and interested in this figure, you like what you're going to see in this video, feel free to stop by Command Store and pick the figure up. Now it's funny that in modern times and outside of like retro generational designs, Shockwave has either been interpreted as an H tank like this, or a spider tank like in the Cyberverse cartoon, and I think even now in Earthspark. Uh, I don't have a preference. I mean, you go to Dark of the Moon, the design's more organic. You go to Prime, that was more of a technological style one. Different sizes too. We've already gotten like a core class Shockwave in this design. Um, but I got to tell you, this one's pretty fun. Transformation is not that difficult. It does a lot. I mean, but it has a few little steps here. And what's nice is everything locks up securely. The legs here, as you'll see in a moment, connect in two different positions. The arms connect in one spot here, but also uh, the forearms lock into place. And what's nice is the tube here is actually rather soft, and you do have the ability to raise and lower the cannon. You really can't rotate it. Well, I mean, I guess you can a little if you just, yeah, a little, but that the tube is a little restrictive. Also, there are nice little rollers here on the bottom, so this thing can glide. Okay, so not much to say about the vehicle, more about the vehicle mode. So let me just make sure I have us give us enough space to operate. I think that's good. And yeah, to get into transformation, the first step you want to do is pop the cannon off from this central post right there. And then what you want to do is come underneath. There's a little, the handle there will flip up. First time popping that out was actually kind of tricky. Oh, and by the way, the hose here, both ends, there's like a little bit of like a ball joint there. Now, this is something they don't talk about in the instruction, and I kind of remember from the first reveal pics, but the barrel of the gun and cannon can actually rotate out. I assume extended is for vehicle mode and retracted is for robot mode. At least that's what I've been doing. But it's on a double hinge here. Go ahead, flip it up just like so, and that will shorten the peg, the barrel right there. But it'll look good in robot mode. Um, so now the next step is, and again, you can leave this connected. Let's get a little bit in the way, but it's nice that it's there. What you want to do is just pop the arms at the armpit joint out to the side. There's a tab and slot there that will help connect them. And then what you're going to do is rotate it up, well, rotate it like that. So you're going to leave it a little angled out. And then what you'll do is straighten out the forearm and then rotate. Let me just bring this up a little. There we go. And rotate it so the tread is now facing towards you. And you're going to have it facing, I think, hopefully I'm doing this in the right direction, but, because there is a little bit of rotation here and there, I think actually. And then what you want to do is fold this whole section down. That'll snap into place. Fold the head up. Um, oh yeah, I did it right. Yay. Um, Now, by the way, you know what? I'll get to that when we get to the end. So now that basically the torso's just about done. What you want to do now is spread the hips out to the side. Um, they do, and like I said, they're secured here by this piece, and then the legs are secured in by what's the chest. So once you do that, come around back here, unpeg this piece, straighten that out, and then rotate this whole section up, collapsing the post that the cannon pegged into, and then this will just soft tab up like so, and that'll form the chest. And then come around the back here, flip the feet out, lift the treads, rotate them around. I think it's a design thing. And you have mini Shockwave. Actually, you know what? You have the knee and the swivel there, so you can't actually. Here, wait a minute, hold on. Come up top here. This actually, in the when you get the figure in the packaging, the hands are folded out. They do show you to fold one in for the cannon, but just real quick. Oh, and they also have you kind of do this towards the end. This is how I start the transformation, folding the hands up. Yeah, fold them in. It's like, yeah, do 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 do. Okay, sorry, having a little too much fun there. Finally, what you're going to do now, after you do the feet and the hands, and you can save the hands for the end, straighten the leg out on that joint, and then bring it down on the main hip joint. So here you have Shockwave in its robot mode. And now to connect the cannon, unfortunately, there's no storage that I saw, like a way to peg it in on the back or something. What you're going to do is pop open the wrist there. And let me just show you. There's a hole for the tube on either side. So you can peg this in on either side. And right there at the base of what was the post for vehicle mode is a tab that's going to go into a slot right there. So just line that up, and there you go. And here we have Shockwave in its robot mode. Really nice to look at. Uh, Classic look with a touch of the modern. That's the best way I can describe it, if that makes sense. And of course, by the way, just want to mention you can uh, telescope out the barrel, but again, I don't know why. I think it's intended to be short for uh, the robot mode. And actually, keeping it shorter, it doesn't limit the articulation. So there is that. Although it doesn't really lock up as well as I would want it to, but that's just a minor quibble. Speaking of which, faux ratchets in the shoulders, bicep swivel, 90-degree bend at the elbow. Uh, you have rotation at the forearm, no bicep swivel. You do have a waist articulation, universal joint at the hip, not little less than 90 degrees at the knee, forward and back, foot articulation, ankle pivot, swivel. The head does rotate. Unfortunately, there is no light piping, but that's okay. So really, oh, I just popped that off. You do have a lot that you can do with the figure, and I'm like, this isn't that difficult. I'm just having a hard time seeing, but so yeah. Oh yeah, and the wrist. Oh, and the wrist rotate too. This is a nice figure. Uh, um, yeah. Once again, I haven't seen the Bumblebee movie. I know I should. Um, but just a fun overall figure. Uh, Again, as I mentioned, the tube come separate in the packaging. They do show you how to attach it. Just one end pegs in there, one end pegs in on the holes there. There is a ball joint, not nearly as restrictive as previous Shockwaves. Also, you just have to fold in the hand. And by the way, like this is what I'm talking about, little extra bits. You could just have had the hand fold in. The fact that they did it, that it opens up and then goes in like that and has that panel to collapse and cover, that's really cool. So, yeah, I'm glad I picked this up. It's funny for a movie I haven't seen, I'm getting a lot of the figures, and um, I think I really need to watch Bumblebee, or at least that opening scene apparently. But like I said at the beginning, while this is available for pre-order at websites like Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon.com, and I think other tertiary and GameStop and other smaller retailers, if you want it now, it's in stock at Command Store. But keep in mind it might be an early shipment, so you know, if you really want it, uh, it's either get it now or wait until, you know, May, or I think May this was supposed to come or something, maybe June, from like Amazon. But then again, they also could be getting it sooner. But that's it for the review. Absolutely positive. I kind of feel like I've started a new style here without the whole pausing for the final thoughts. But I think you guys might enjoy that a little bit and that more. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. Very important you do that. It does help with the algorithms. Um, you know, especially nowadays, YouTube is favoring the smaller, unmonetized channels over guys like me who are a little more established and monetized. Because why get a little slice of the pie when you can get the whole pie? So also share the videos around. As I've mentioned before, a lot of websites don't treat video reviews as news, or they tend to favor the stolen toy reviewers, and that just ends up not being good for the community as a whole, I would say, in my opinion. So it's really good if you could help guys like me get out there, get our videos out there. And you know, ultimately, that's it. I also have a Patreon, www.patreon.com. Dollar a month, $12 a year. Uh, but as I always say, if you can't swing it, perfectly fine. Your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday. We've had a great we 2024 started off to a great start. It's kind of cooled off a little, but I'm hoping as the spring turns into summer, things will pick up again. A lot of cool figures coming, a lot of interesting stuff coming, and I really am looking forward to bringing it to you. And any new subscribers, I'm glad you guys joined in. So once again, this is Royal Pal Chuck for Bumblebee the Movie, Voyager Class Shockwave. We will see you next time. Exterminate the Autobots.